Welcome back. So in this particular episode we're gonna look into how we can do more queries using Eloquent. To get started, we're gonna start with the basics, which is the where. So how do we select data rather than having everything come out? For example, here, let's say we only want to select, say, the movie with the title Sugar. Okay, so this is how we go about it. We'll go back here. Let's say we have our movies. So we have movies like that. Then we'd say that will be equals to up movie. And this here is where we put our where. So we put where. Now this is the syntax for it. The first part is the field that we want to basically query against. So our field here was title, isn't it? Yes, our field here is title. Then we want to do a title equals to sugar. Now once you're done with that, you need to get the data. Sorry, get. And that's it. Just return the movies. Just gonna comment this one out. See how that would work out. That's it. So we can use where like that. We can make this a bit more interesting. So we can have a situation where we actually want to check again is the genre. So sorry, the rating. So we have where the rating. See, the rating is greater than 3, for example. So this is greater than 3, or this is 2, not really. Then you can comment this part out. See what will happen. When you go back to your browser. Okay, so good to go. So you see I have all ratings greater than 3. So you can do almost all queries in this fashion. Now what happens under the hood is that this gets translated to the syntax that is used by MySQL. So this will become something like select star from movies where rating is greater than 2, something like that. So Laravel takes care of making sure that whatever you put here gets translated to the right SQL query. Okay. So far we've taken care of how we would actually fetch data, but how could we create data? Simple. So let's just comment this part out. Let's say to create new data, all you have to do is just create a new instance, just like that. So it would go up movie. That's it. Then we'll say for example movie. I want the title would be something like, say, let's do test movies. Spider-Man, for example. It's not latest, but you know. So maybe Spider-Man. Say genre will be spiders, and rating, say it's a movie that is about, I'm gonna give it a 3. Once you're done with that, you need to save it. So you do that, then run save. Okay, so that's it. That's all you need to do to make it work. So I forgot to the syntax error. Done. Now of course, just to make sure that you have actually created this, let's uncomment this one out, see what we get. Let's go. Okay. Sorry, you're supposed to insert a new object like that. Okay, so let's see. We created a new movie right here. You can do this as many times as we want. You can go ahead and say create a new movie, call it say Chicks. Say the movie is of genre awesome. The rating is say 5. Right. And voila, here we have it. Now, of course, very easy to confirm that this is still the case even in MySQL. So you can just quickly go into MySQL instance just to see. Okay, then we can select stuff from here we go. Now, while we're here, it's important to note that there are actually three automatically created columns, specifically ID. You might have noticed that here we did not specify the ID, but yet it appears in our table. That's because it's set to how to implement. So this works either way. This is actually created by the database. However, we have a few more interesting things here. So we have created that and updated that. These fields are automatically populated by Laravel, so we do not need to do anything. As long as you're using Eloquent, they will be populated. These fields actually will be quite useful later on when you're running your reports, and it's good that Laravel basically does this for you for free. Okay, so far we have looked into how we can create the data. Now, we need to see how we can update this particular data. So how do we do that? Now, in that particular case, let's just comment all this out. So the first thing is to actually check how can you retrieve one particular movie. This is how we'll do it. To movie, and then use this special method find. Now, find usually gets by ID. I think we talked about primary ID in a previous lesson. If we hadn't, you might consider googling what that is. So you might want to see what primary ID is. Anyway, in our case, this is our primary ID here. It's primary because it's always unique. So you can leverage its uniqueness to actually fetch specific instances of it. So if you were to find movie 1, for example, let's just return that one. So let's comment this out. Okay, so let's see what would happen if we try to find movie 1. Defined variable movie. Oh wait, it's supposed to be like this. Find movie equals to up movie find 1. That. Then let's just remove that part here. That's, let's see how it looks like. Okay. Alright, so you can find a movie by ID. So you can find the movie by ID 1. And of course change this to say find my movie that had the ID 5. Like that. Right. Now say if you wanted to update this particular data, how do you go about it? Well, we literally just change it. That's all. So we say this particular movie 5, we want to change it from, the genre is currently spiders. Let's change it to say horror. So the genre will now be horror. And we have to remember to save our model. So save. Let's see. Okay. Movie changed. So that's basically how you go right ahead and update pieces of your data. So let's do that. Let's have all this, let's test it out, and let's see how it goes.